Dobbin. You want to know what I'm doing? Hauling books and ore and fauna. If it needs hauling, I haul it. Every decade or so, they take stock in labyrinthos. You know, sort and tidy up the inventory. Never seen an operation like this before, though. They just did one a few summers ago, even. Then, with no warning at all, this mess gets dropped in our laps. Orders from on high. Damned if I know the reason. Could be that they're changing the layout, eh? Preparing for the next big expansion. Okay. Yay! We're getting pieces of notes again. I love those so much in Shadowbringers. Let me think. The rear seat should be item 1058. Crewman seats 1059. Snowballberry 1060 and... Or were they 1061? Ah, my head feels like it's stuffed with mucker grass. Why more loads to take out than carry in? What? Why do all this at once and risk mixing it up? What if someone mistakes the Kurthian carrots for the Gear Abandoning carrots? What then? Coming in and out of Labyrinthus. Interesting. For a second there I thought that was Reen. I was very confused. If you're here to help or give me more headaches, because you don't have the look of a gleaner and I'm in no mood for idle chatter. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed into a pile of crates. Now I have to pack a marmots running loose. They are exhausted. Okay. Any luck, Laverne? What tales did the gleaners have to tell? This, and this. Also need to make use of the Twist of Fate. I think it only lasts for 2 hours. So does grand operation begin without warning? And for every item they bring in, they are sending more inventory somewhere else? Huh. That would explain the haggard faces I've been seeing. We were right, the Forum is definitely up to something, and they are turning Labyrinthus upside down in the process. Right, glorified ratcatcher. Damn. And crystals. We would do well to learn more of what specifically the gleaners are being tasked to do, as well as who has tasked them to do it. If you're a game Laverne, I have an idea. Didn't one of those gleaners you questioned say something about escaped marmots? Perhaps if you were to help him catch a said creature, he might be inclined towards a more friendly and enlightening conversation. In the meantime, I will turn my charms upon this gleaner here. We can compare notes afterwards. Happy hunting. Alright, let's do it. Oh, I don't... Well, whatever. You wish to help me find the marmots? I have nothing suitable to pay you for your services, but if you're offering out of the goodness of your heart, I'd welcome the assistance. Leave it to me. The name is Aronwell, friend, specialist in the collection of live specimens. They said the capture of the Naxian marmots is a trial I've no desire to repeat. Grizzled mice, they call them. For mercy, there are no other marmot species in this tier at present, so there should be no mistaking our little fugitives. If you happen to catch any, stuff them in the sack. Gently, of course. Where to begin, you wonder? I've not seen any scampering around here, so we'll need to widen our search into the surrounding forest. Be on your guard, there are beasts out there that won't hesitate to prey on a marmot. Or you. I'll be fine. I'll search the trees to the west. The eastern part of the forest is all yours. Good luck. Okay. Eastern part it is. Makes sense. I will keep my eyes open for any fates. So I can obviously make use of my Twist of Fate and also level my dancer a little bit more. I wish I could fly to make this a little bit easier, but I also see this, a grizzled mouse. That was too easy. Come on. Thank you. Still too easy, in my opinion. Barely have you readied the sack when the grizzled mouse scampers off into the underbrush. Of course. Alright. Lean back again. Oh, my neck is killing me otherwise. Underbrush. There it is. A hunting troll. Squeak. Rat sack. The rodent nimbly evades your grasp before once more disappearing into the trees. We got closer this time, at the very least. That was a sage. Can I skimper up here? Yes. Can't skimper up there, though, and I'm pretty sure I have to get up there. Oh no, a troll. Found you. Chirp. Target is not in range. Can select it though. More prepared for its speed this time. You succeed in closing the attack over your lease of quarry. We did it. We did it, fam. Glorified Ratcatcher is such a good title for a quest. I love it. How did you fare? I tracked down 3 of the pack, which leaves 1 unaccounted for. Wow. Well, we got 1 of them at least. Ah, there's the odd moment out. Wait here a moment while I put our friends in a holding cage. Thankfully, the marmots seem to be unharmed. They've held up well in isolation, but it's much too soon to release them into the wild. It's a good thing we were able to recapture them so swiftly. You have my thanks. Who tasked you to... what will I do with the marmots now? I'm gonna ease them into answering me. That's for the forum to decide. They are the guiding authority behind Labyrinthus after all, and this job was but one small part of this great inventory of theirs. Suitable for consumption and easy to breed, those were the 2 conditions I was given for the stock I was instructed to procure. Okay. I don't know what the forum has planned for these creatures, but at the very least, I doubt they will be served for dinner today or tomorrow. There you are, Laverne. This is the gleaner you mentioned? The one who was looking for lost marmots? Interesting company you keep, friend. Who are you folk, anyway? I'm Carl of the Students of Baldassian. These others are my associates. Truth be told, the forum's decision of late have not sat entirely well with us. That is why we were made the descent into Labyrinthos. We hope that by seeing those decisions put into action, we might more fully understand their reasoning. Wise and practical, never hurts to try and gain a broader perspective, does it? Anyway, duty calls, other animals to capture, and enclosures to empty. Once again, I'm sorry that I can't offer you more for your services. That's fine. Did you learn anything new from your friend there? So we've confirmed that the order for this ambitious operation did indeed come directly from the forum. However, the Gleaners have not been informed of its purpose. I'd say that fits with everything we've heard thus far. We also discovered when the operation was begun. The forum contacted the Gleaners guild ship and put their people to this great work, some 4 days after the Telophoroi made a chilling declaration. As seasoned travelers, the Gleaners keep abreast of news from every corner of the world out of necessity. Thus I am inclined to trust that the calendar of events is accurate. Altogether, it gives the distinct impression that this undertaking was a sudden and unexpected development. Yet I find it hard to believe that such a comprehensive restructuring of Labyrinthos and its archives could have been planned in so brief a window. Nay, this plan was long in the making. They were but awaiting the right time to put it into effect. And the Telophoroi's declaration was what set it all in motion? It seems likely, but let us not leap to conclusions just yet. For the moment, I suggest we conduct a wider investigation of Labyrinthos. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzle we stand to find. In that case, how about we head to Archaon? From there, we can reach the lower... Kryl, what's wrong? I'm fine, truly. The sudden descent has left me with a bit of a headache, that's all. Nothing that will stop me from soldiering on. Let's be about it, then. At least allow me to take the lead. I'm fairly certain I remember the way to the Archaon. We follow the path east through the forest where you were chasing after that mouse. Or marmot, was it? Anyway, there's the trolls you need to watch out for. We shall. What's going on with Kryl? That's better. Alright, let's do it again. Behold, the Archaon, as Numenon serves as Sharlayan's literary archive, so does this structure house the city's wealth of material data. The architecture, too, is similar. This building you see is merely the upper entrance, an access point to the vaults carved into the cliffside itself. Within those rooms are stored countless samples and specimens, as well as the detailed records which describe them. In a manner of speaking, the Archaon contains a physical history of Sharlayan's unwavering dedication to the accumulation of knowledge. That's better. I'm gonna do this. Deeper into the maze. Well, we won't learn anything of value sitting out here. Let us proceed into the main building and speak with the custodian. Are you okay, Kryl? Oh. I think I see the gem trader now. Oh my god, my voice. There, gemstone trader. Yay! I have to talk to you. An item exchange with Fast Bros. Yes, and I need to then unlock the second rank so I can get the riding map. Thank you. Archaon Custodian. Greetings, we are here to peruse the Archaon's vaults. Peruse? You're clearly not gleaners, then. Might I ask your affiliation? We belong to the students of Badastion, but Is this relevant? I was given to believe that the vaults, those open to the public at least, were open to the public. Ordinarily, yes, that would be the case. At present, however, access is restricted. Only persons directly involved in the reorganization efforts are permitted to enter. That's interesting. Not us, then. I suppose we had better move along to another facility. This building has a lift which connects to the middle tier, yes? Might we at least make use of that? Nope. That service has also been suspended, I am afraid. For the time being, priority has given over to the conveyance of inventory. What? So this is as far as you can go? I apologize for the inconvenience. Please come again after our restructuring operation is concluded. By that time it will be too late. We were so close to getting answers. We need to rethink our approach. Let us step aside for the moment, shall we? I mean, I walked around. That worked. Students of Bodessian. Huh. Labyrinthos is constructed in the shape of a mortar. The upper layer is called the outer circuit, and the medial circuit lies one tier below us. Okay. If they are going to close our facilities, they ought to announce it. The students must be furious. The forum must be wary of exposure indeed to so heavily restrict the use of public institutions. We are at an impasse, as we have no other leads. I should like to peruse this one further. But I doubt that our stone-faced custodian will be swayed by heartfelt pleas. We must seek another means to access the lower levels. It's likely that the people in this area are involved in the restructuring in one way or another. If we were to ingratiate ourselves, they might allow us to accompany them on the lift. Let's ask around. Surely someone is in need of a few strong backs to lighten the load. We could also, you know, take this path. How about we take this path? It's so much easier. Anyway. Who needs help? Bone-weary worker. You look good. You will serve. What's that? Take it down on the lift with me? Sorry, but not a chance. I've been up and down all day, and only now have I finally found a spare moment to rest. Let's see a gleaner fellow heading out the gate there, though, shouldering a large pack. Engage in some manner of task. Maybe he'll be handed down below after he's done with whatever it is he's doing. Okay. Hey, Chatbird. Chatbird is such a chat. Alright. No one here. Shushutabi. Bemused student. Am I taking the lift? Oh no, we're just students. They won't let us into the Archaeon, even though we found... Actually, we have no idea what it is we found. There's no record of such a creature anywhere, but it was wandering around tranquility, and so we thought to donate it to the vaults. Squeals, muffled voice? Oh, there's a little squeal, don't you think? Anyway, I suppose we'll have to take care of it until the Archaeon is open again. Okay. Curious. I guess we're looking for that gleaner. Yeah. There he is. Oh, Here you are. Quiet, you're frightened away. Ah, it's you again. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm in the middle of another task. The cloudkin I need to capture is close. Very close. You wish to help me with this too? You spent your time on unusual ways, my friend. Still, 2 hunters are generally better than 1. Very well. The canal here is a common gathering spot for birds of all kinds, but the one I'm after today is the hornbill. Its feathers are green and its cry is a distinctive caw. Single it out and shoot it with its sleeping dart. Sure. The effects are short-lived, so I'll lie in wait down the riverbank to claim our quarry. Be sure to hit the right one. Nope. That's... Cuckoo. Caw-caw. Green bird which caws and sedated with whack whack. Cuckoo. What do you say? You do say caw. And you are green. So you are my target. Hehe.
Shot. Nicely done. Let me truss this one up and I'll make my way over to you.
Sure.
There you are. Any new revelations?
I know what a hornbill looks like now.
So you met with that gleaner again, this time to capture a hornbill.
Mm-hmm.
I understand catching and bringing in creatures from the outside, but what's the point of chasing after ones already here?
Oh, it's a simple thing, really.
Is it now?
Occasionally, we remove specimens no longer needed for study, or those we've had difficulty raising. But we can't simply turn them loose.
So what do you do with them?
Safely returning such creatures to their native habitats is another facet of a gleaner's duties. But not in this case, I'm afraid. I've been asked to bring the bird below.
Oh no.
The restricted section in the lower levels of Labyrinthos. Open only to a select few researchers hand-picked by the Forum. The projects down there are the subject of rumor and hearsay. Forbidden magics. Advanced technologies that can never be allowed to fall into outside hands. Even Archons are not privy to the truth.
Wow.
Those who are, the researchers involved in this secretive work, are not permitted to walk freely in the city, and are instead required to live in isolated quarters.
Jesus, what are they doing with these?
What could a facility subject to such strict security protocols possibly need with a hornbill? An experiment?
Possibly. I wasn't afforded an explanation.
Makes sense.
But judging by the requisition list given to me and my colleagues, I doubt it's for any kind of advanced research. I'd be more inclined to believe we were making preparations to migrate to the south. Mericidia or thereabouts.
Oh?
What? Why would you say that?
Much of the flora and fauna we were asked to procure could serve as reliable sources of sustenance. They're comparatively hardy species, too, able to endure harsh climates. And among them are specimens known to be effective in improving soil quality and purifying water.
When you put it that way, migration does sound like a reasonable assumption.
It does.
That's all it is, though. An assumption. Through our tasks, we gleaners glimpse only bits and pieces of the forum's plans. Our prime concern is that our requisitions, be they living or otherwise, are properly preserved for the knowledge of future generations. Now, I really must be going. I regret that I cannot reward you as you deserve.
You cannot take us down with you. I mean, down the lift.
Perhaps you might reward us after a fashion then. It is imperative that we reach the lower levels. And seeing as you are already set to descend with your assigned cargo, mayhap we could accompany you as your assistants.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Once the animals have been prepared for transport, we send them down separately via the lift.
Oh, wow.
I will of course follow after to make my report, but I can hardly pass you off as porters when there's nothing left to carry.
Huh.
Indeed. Pray forget I said anything.
Interesting.
How do you feel about climbing? If you've strength and the courage to brave it, then there is another way down. This path leads to the 33rd facet, a mine shaft excavated during one of our expansions of Labyrinthos.
As I was saying earlier.
While I cannot guarantee that the passage is safe to traverse, it should provide access to the medial circuit below.
I never even knew such a place existed. Thank you. This is the perfect solution.
You're quite welcome, but consider yourselves warned. If the going proves too treacherous, you do well to turn back. I bid you good day.
Thank you. To you as well. See you in a couple of missions. I'm sure you will be back. You not only have a name...
Turning back is hardly an option, not when we've come this far. Let's go and take a look at this mine shaft.
Not only do you have a name, you have a voice actor. You are in a voiced cutscene, my friend. You will make it very far. But yeah. Guess there's much that we would make our way here eventually. So, Kryle, how are you? I would have noticed this cave on my own, thanks to the scholar that Aaronwell knew of it, that you were there to persuade him to share. The medial circuit which Aaronwell mentioned is the tier directly below us. Unlike the lowest level of Labyrinthos with its rigid security, we can usually roam the middle layer quite freely. Let's see what we might find. This must be it, the entrance to the mine shaft. I forgot to talk to Alize. It's faint, but I hear something moving within. Creatures homed there by the researchers, you think? Well, slavering beasts aside, we will need to watch our footing. We should tighten our straps and such before we continue. Let me quickly talk to Alize here. I took a quick peek inside, but it's awfully dark in there. Alright. That is just the same text as we had before. I just wanted to talk to Alize first. Assuming everyone's tightened their straps and checked their gear, then I say we head inland, given the terrain ahead, although I might be wise to leave some distance between us. We don't want to be stumbling over each other if it comes to a fight. Take it slow, and don't forget to check your surroundings from time to time. We can meet up again in the other end of the tunnel. Aww, so many chances why we could travel together with our party, and they're cock teasing us every single time. Oh well. Destination. Oh, I wonder what I have to fight here. Let's be nice to people. Alright. And help them out. Alright. Done with that, so let's move on. I mean, I might as well. Gives me a little bit of HP, XP, I guess. I hope. Actually, no. No XP at all. Okay. Oh well, in that case, I'm just helping other players. It's fine. I don't mind. Oh my. I have a couple of friends here. Alright, let's move on. Weep. And we made it. What do you say, Yastula? That mineshaft was infested with mithril caps. Some sort of research project, I wonder? I suppose they are most unusual creature. Why did they develop such long limbs when all they do is shuffle about narrow tunnels? I was being careful, I swear. That slope was steeper than I thought, and I lost my footing for a moment, that's all. I'm not injured, if you don't count my pride. Okay. Laverne, did you know Cry almost took a tumble back there? She can't possibly still be dizzy from the lift. No, she is not. Everyone seems to have made it through without incident. Nothing of consequence, at least. And as promised, the tunnel has delivered us onto the medial circuit. As I recall, this here is where they keep a wide variety of samples for agriculture production. If Aaronville's assumption holds true, that specimens are being collected in preparation for a great migration, then we should see evidence of such plans in the area's research projects. let's follow the path to the nearest farming facility and see what we see. Okay. Alright, that's basically done. Never mind that one. I mean, I guess I can just quickly jump in here. Oh. Alright. Yay, I did something. I helped. Can't believe that people are actually buying stuff on the market board right now. Grapes. Now I know where we are. This is... Oh. Muriel Agronomics. Labyrinthos is host to a wide variety of vegetation, which allows us to conduct studies on cultivation methods utilized in foreign lands. And it is this facility which coordinates and oversees those efforts. The fruits of the research go to feed their Labyrinthos colleagues. Oh, sorry, here. More notable successes might make it to the Agora. Foods so exotic you'd be hard-pressed to guess their origin, let alone how they might taste. Indeed, mystery vegetables without a name, only a list of nutritional benefits scribbled on a card. I see no gleaners here about, yet these workers seem to share that same sense of urgency. It's possible they know something of the firm's plans and their underlying motivations. Worth looking into, wouldn't you say? So, see what you can whatever, from the workers. The rest of us will do the same or cast about for useful clues. I read that as decoy first. No, Deloy. Oh, hello there. We weren't expecting visitors, not with use of the lift being restricted. How did you make it down here anyway? You know. The mine shaft, you say? Well, you are much harder so than I. Under normal circumstances, I'd reward such tenacity with a guided tour of the fields, but I'm afraid the forum has us filling orders lists a mile long. Massive yet detailed requests, literal wagon loads of crop samples, and hardly any time to put them together. When I first heard of this grand reorganization, I assumed we would be shuffling around old stock to make room for the new. Then came the orders for ridiculous quantities of seeds we've already thoroughly researched. Passing strange, eh? I pressed for an explanation and was met with vague assurances that all would be revealed in due course. Not the most satisfying answer. It's getting... Oh, an M-tribe. Hello there. Oh, it's not often you meet someone here who is obviously doesn't belong. Can I help you with something? Tell me about yourself. For now at least, I'm the second most important person in this facility. Now you may think I'm shirking my duties, but even at this very moment, I am envisioning how we can improve our methods. Gazing upon this watermill calms my heart and clears my mind of unnecessary thoughts, leaving room only for brilliant ideas. Even so, inspiration takes time, and today it seems to be slower in the coming than usual. What kind of place is this? Muriel's Agronomics is where the finest agriculture minds gather to research plant specimens from around the realm and the methods by which to cultivate them. The plants grow here are also used to feed the people working in Labyrinthos. Straight from our fields to their tables, fresh as fresh can be. Nothing. Sorry, I was just curious what an Amtrap Mikotin was doing here. Interesting, interesting. Overwhelmed laborer. Let's hear it. Do I have orders to be taken down below? More than I can carry, and then some. Most of our stock is sent off via the cargo lift, but some has been earmarked for aerial transport. Hence the stack of crates atop that hill over there. Gods, hauling the lot up that slope was a job and a half. Air transport, not air transport. Weird. Hey Stola, what are you doing over here? I took a moment to survey the surrounding area. There are several other facilities nearby we can investigate if we fail to learn aught of value here. No, you've been lazing around. Be honest. What crops are we raising? Well, as you can see, this one's a variety of grape. Lol. All it needs a good source of sunlight to grow, and the conditions here are nothing short of perfect. Hardly surprising given that it's native to a particular locale in the very place upon which Labyrinthus was modeled, a region in the south of Ilzabard. It boasts a remarkable habitat diversity, allowing for myriad flora and fauna to thrive. Chilly peaks in the north give way to swaths of temperate plains, which in turn transition into a hot, humid coastline. Such bountiful territory is ever contested, as you might expect. It used to be called Corvus before the Imperials renamed it Locus Ammonis. The former saw it not as a prize, however, but as a researcher's ideal environment, one whose climates we strove to recreate within the confines of Labyrinthus. It's since provided a rich foundation for countless experiments in cultivation. Interesting. Huh. So Labyrinthus was modeled after Corvus, an ancient Alec settlement / facility, you say? The labels on these crates tell the story of their contents, bundles of common seeds and saplings, accompanied by sheaves of reports. Reports, you say? Oh, mock station maintenance. I don't care about that one. The fuck?
Hard to look away, isn't it? But they're more than pretty flowers. Heart blooms are attuned to ambient emotion.
What?
You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true. This ashen grey, for instance, it mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders. Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change colour. Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy, dark subdued shades for frustration or despair. Yet even with the collected wisdom of Charlian at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect. And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild. with too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin. To further complicate matters, every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos. Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in frustration. As an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets. But I'm afraid other duties must take precedence. I will leave you to your thoughts.
Heartbloom. Curious. Oh, Matoya's theme. Oh, the Charlian one.
Interest? A flower that reacts to one's feelings. Strange. I must say, I have never heard of such a thing.
This is all very fascinating. But as it stands, we fail to gain any significant insight into the Forum's undertaking.
Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that a priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
Or what the master plan is.
If only we could interrogate the Forum members directly. Isn't that the entrance to the Archaean?
Who are you?
Look, there. I think that's Erenville.
Oh, okay.
A little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right. He did say he was coming down to make his report.
Mm-hmm.
Erenville receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member? Or at least a close associate?
Makes sense.
You mean to eavesdrop on their conversation? What of the risks?
Eh.
Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice. If you're not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone.
I know. I'll help, but
Nay. I said myself that I wished to know Father's intentions. And no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely.
Damn.
We can apologize later, should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on. Consequences be damned.
Well then. Kryl, are you okay?
It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all... Kryl?
Oh, yes. That certainly sounds like a plan.
I'm glad you agree.
Quickly! Erenville is on the move. We need to get closer before we lose him.
Almost. I can almost reach you.
Oh. She's trying to contact Heidelin. Of that I'm certain. Forgive me, my attention has been elsewhere. We were following Erin well, weren't we? At least she's paying that much attention. Let's get after him already. We've waited too long as it is. It feels wrong to spy on Aaronwell, helpful as he has been, but what other choice do we have? Is Carl still feeling unwell? I've never seen her so distracted. Keep an eye on her, but keep moving too. We cannot let our quarry slip away. A full report, once and all. Aaronwell was headed to westward along the path outside the Archaeon. Come, we can still catch him. We're not trying to catch him, we're trying to stay in earshot. Alright. Whoop. I can still hear it. What's going on? We've fallen too far behind, and this damned mist won't help matters. I don't see... Okay, that's... Alright, that's a little bit of mist. Sure. It seems Yashtula wishes to have a word with us. So it would seem. Hold a moment, I have an idea. If memory serves, that colossal wall-like structure is Logosticon Beta, one of Labyrinth's climate control centers. It should have its own lifts, with which one could access the upper or lower tiers. Aye, if we're an agent of the forum, it would make for a convenient meeting place. But even if we happen to find Aaronwell in the company of said agent, we cannot expect them to reveal issues of importance as we nonchalantly stroll past. Nay, we shall have to remain undetected. If only Grahan is a vanish spell were here. Oh, but there are other ways of turning invisible. Everybody up, my little toads. Goodness! You should have asked for permission. Unaccustomed to transfiguration, worry not, it will be off with the passage of time. I suggest you and your green companions hop along and catch up with Aaronwell. Should you feel the magic is fading, return to me and I will refresh the enchantment. Enchantment! And what am I to do in the meantime? Wait here with me. In your current state of mind, you'd be as likely to leap into the jaws of a predator as you would learn anything of note. Which reminds me, were the creatures hereabouts in that form, you are essentially defenseless. You have changed into a toad. You must remain transfigured in order to progress with the quest objectives. You will return to from your transfigured status if you move too far away. Look to your map for the transfiguration's area of effect. Speak with Yashtula to restore or prolong the transfiguration. This is so cool. I love it. Yoink. And that's the area of effect. Awesome. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Alfita. Alfie Toad and Ali Toad are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side in order to proceed with the quest objective. Oh, I hate you so much, Kochi. Oh, Alfie Toad and Ali Toad. Oh my god. Whew. Oh, that was That was something. Now, is it up or down? It's certainly not even close to you. Alright, it seems to be here. Awesome. The full report, warts and all. Drink.
I trust you will find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we are pleased with the efficiency and thoroughness of your work. So much so that we have come bearing new tasks in need of your competent hand.
Interesting.
Another lengthy list. If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of collapse by your unending demands. We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Charlian scholars, and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment. What warrants such urgency?
In an age long past, Charlian was charged with a momentous duty. And now that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air, the time has come for us to fulfill that charge. I can say no more, but I promise you this. All will be revealed in due course. And when it has, you will understand that your toil was in service to the greatest good.
Huh.
Then I will do your bidding. For now. But unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up in protest, I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions. Your promised revelation does nothing to address present circumstances.
That is true.
A fair point. Your concerns will be conveyed to the forum.
I hope that was informative. You may consider my debt to you repaid in full. While I do have my reservations about the forum, I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart.
He is perceptive indeed.
Which is why I'm reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things. We can ill afford to place all our eggs in one basket, this master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved.
He is a Gleaner after all.
Wait! How did you know it was us?
If you mean to impersonate a toad, try studying the real thing. And don't try to fool an expert.
Yep. Pretty much. He knows what he's looking at. Ah, such a good character so far. Such a good character. Can we keep him, please? Not just because he's a bunny boy. Our tilt performance needs to work, apparently. I'll have to pay more attention to the next time I see one. I suppose we should have known a Gleaner who specializes in animal procurement would not be so easily deceived. Yet he seemed inclined to put his trust in us all the same. More importantly, perhaps, we've discovered a new piece of the puzzle, this momentous duty the former agent mentioned. Shaolin has been called to action, and the Telophoroid's declaration was the catalyst. Whatever charge it is they hope to fulfill, they deem it of sufficient import to disrupt all of Labyrinthus, not to mention ignore Eorzea's request for aid. If we happen to cross paths with Erenville again, I should like to thank him properly. I like that the next quest is not even mentioned, the next quest name. A guide of sorts. What duty could warrant the direct involvement of the Forum and the commitment of all its resources? Judging by what we just heard, none of the Gleamers were offered any kind of explanation. At this point, it seems abundantly clear that we'll learn nothing new by pressing them further. We should head back to Yashtul and Kral for the moment, see what they think of this.